Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good morning, Buffalo ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to school. Today is Tuesday, December 5th. Today for lunch, we have your choice of stuffed pasta shells or a toasted ham and cheese sandwich. Your fruit and veggies, you can have leafy greens, cucumbers, celery sticks, baby carrots, red bell peppers, apples, oranges, or strawberries. On the side, you get a little whole grain breadstick, and you can have your choice of milk. There are no birthdays today, so stay tuned tomorrow to see who was born tomorrow. Our clubs today, we have Buff's Rec Club, Buffalo's Girls Club, Dance Club, D&D Club, Math Rocks Club, Reading Ninjas, Student Council, Switch Club, and Young Rembrandts. Don't forget, next week, December 11th through the 15th, we will have the book fair here. It will be open on Literacy Night, which is next Tuesday, the 12th. So bring your parents, come get some good books to read at home. We're also having a special guest, Slapshot, the mascot from the Colorado Eagles hockey team, will be here. So you should come to the book fair, come do some exciting activities. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about taking assessments. For our winter break, we will be having a lot of assessments for the end of this half of the school year. We want to help measure student progress in the middle of our year. We take a lot of tests at the beginning of the year, and then we measure our progress in the middle of the year to help teachers, but also to help you figure out what it is that you need to do for the rest of the school year to make the amount of growth that you should in a year. Now, when we talk about assessment, lots of times we think that it's just teachers who need assessment, but it can be very useful for you as well if you engage in the process. In order to be a good assessor, a good test taker, you need to be somewhat knowledgeable. You need to have conceptual understanding of the things that you've been doing in class, which you can gain through practicing and through working and through asking questions of your teacher and doing everything you can to learn. In a test, in an assessment, you are a thinker. You're thinking about what the question is asking you, what kinds of answers would make sense, what wouldn't make sense. You're being a communicator. You're writing. You're sometimes typing. You're reading. You're sharing your answers. You're being principled. You're taking the tests fairly, keeping your eyes on your own paper, only using the appropriate resources. You're being a risk taker because you're trying something new and you're giving your best effort. And then most importantly, after testing, we are reflective. What we want to do is we want to think about how we've grown, reflect on how did that test go? How did the result come out? What does that tell me I need to work on? What does that tell me that I could do for next time? Reflective test takers grow from their assessment and are able to partner with their teachers in order to be able to continue learning and take the next steps. So as we ask you to take assessments over the next couple weeks, I know some of you will be taking DIBELS this week. Some of you will be taking NWEA this week. We have math tests and literacy tests before we head home for our break. But I just want you to think, being an IB learner, being a reflective, knowledgeable thinker and communicator is our goal. And so I would love to hear about it as you're taking these tests and you think, oh, I was working really hard on this. I was being knowledgeable, or I was being reflective, or I was being a communicator. I want to hear all about it. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for working so hard, for being here, for just contributing all that you do to our school. Our school wouldn't be the same without you. So let's charge the storm. Let's take on these assessments, show what we know, and show what we need to continue working on. Have a wonderful day.
My name's Ariana and I'm in Mrs. Upchurch's class. My favorite part of those trios is break time in class because I get to dance in class. My favorite tradition is field day because we get wet and we play games. My favorite teachers are Mrs. Upchurch and Mrs. Erickson because Mrs. Upchurch is very, very nice to me and Mrs. Erickson comforts me.